Well, it's good to be here in Queensland, although the circumstances are, of course, unfortunate. But I do want to begin by congratulating the new Premier of Queensland, Stephen Miles, and to say that we've had a really good, strong working relationship over a long period of time, and I look forward to working with him in the interests of Queenslanders and in the interests of the nation going forward. Today has been an opportunity for me to get first-hand briefing on the events in Far North Queensland, which are causing so much distress and hardship for communities and individuals. I will travel to Far North Queensland on late Thursday and Friday. Again, we'll spend time on the ground with the Premier. But today's been an opportunity to receive briefings from everyone, from the state ministers who are working so hard, local government mayors and shire presidents in the region, as well as, of course, the wonderful people in emergency services and people responsible for the recovery, including our people from the Australian Defence Force. An opportunity to thank them here at the headquarters, but an opportunity to hear firsthand about the efforts that are being made to keep people safe, the efforts that are being made to plan for the recovery, and going forward, of course, it will be some difficult days and weeks ahead. One of the things that I find, though, is that at the worst of times brings out the best of the Australian character. And we're seeing that from the stories coming from Far North Queensland at the moment. This morning I was speaking on radio in Cairns and heard about Magoo, a helicopter pilot, helping to fly people out on his little chopper, one by one, collecting them from roofs, taking them to safety. An extraordinary effort. Gavin, who was interviewed on ABC this morning, he got in a tinny with his mates and started rescuing strangers clinging to trees in floodwaters. These are the stories of which every Australian can be proud of, the very essence of the Australian character that shine through, the true Australian spirit that we see time and time again. We are providing whatever support we can through the Australian Defence Force, through other personnel and assistants, Chinooks, on the ground there in Far North Queensland, and we heard that this morning. From tomorrow at 2 p.m, applications for the Australian Government Disaster Recovery Payment and Disaster Recovery Allowance will open for people who live and work in the councils affected, Cairns, Cassowary Coast, Cook, Douglas, Hopevale, Mareeba, Tablelands, Wudjil and Yarrabah. The AGDRP is a one-off payment of $1,000 per eligible adult and $400 per eligible child who suffered a significant loss as a result of the floods, including a severely damaged or destroyed home or a serious injury. The Disaster Recovery Allowance provides for up to 13 weeks of federal income support to assist eligible employees or sole traders who experience a loss of income as a direct result of a major disaster. People will soon be able to check their eligibility and how to claim on the Services Australia website, and Bill Shorten, the Minister responsible for government services, is ensuring that there are additional people as well on the ground to provide that support, along with the cooperation that we're seeing across the three levels of government. This is a difficult time for flood-impacted Far North Queenslanders, but what we're doing is working as close as we can with the Miles government here in Queensland, with local government and with all of the authorities to make sure that we make this recovery as smooth as is possible. I say as well, though, that after the floodwaters have receded and after some of the physical aspect of damage has gone, some of the scars will remain as well. So we need to, as governments, but also as a community, be very conscious about mental health issues, about the trauma which people have suffered from during this difficult time. Both those people directly affected, but also just a huge shout out to the people in all of the emergency management authorities, to the police and emergency services, to the SES, to volunteers who'll be there helping on the ground as well. Thank you for what you do each and every day for Australians. You are inspirational in the support that you give to, in this case, to Far North Queenslanders, but each and every day we see that support coming through.